folks. We got day 3 in the Blue Letter Bible app, Bible in a Year Chronological, Genesis 8 through 11, okay? And Jehovah remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him on the ark, and God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. And the fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of 150 days, the waters abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 7th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. Cool. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the windows of the ark which he had made. And he set forth a raven which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up off the earth. And he sent forth a dove from him to see the waters were abated from off the ground. This is chapter 8, verse 9. And the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him unto the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. And he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her unto the ark. And he stayed yet another 7 days. And again he set forth a dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him that evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. And Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and set forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass 601st year, and it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month of the 1st day of the month, that the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, and thou, thy wife, and thy sons, and thy sons' wives with thee. Bring forth thee every living thing that is with thee, all of the flesh of fowl, and of the cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth with his sons and his wives with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, every fowl, every whatsoever creepeth on the earth, after their kinds, went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Jehovah, and took every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled the sweet savor. And the Lord said into his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil. The imagination of man's heart is evil. Hey, Marley, how are you? And again, I will smite every living thing as I have done. Okay, and so he's not going to flood the earth again. And while the earth remaineth, the seed time and the harvest and the cold and the heat and the summer and the winter, day and night shall not cease. Okay, hey Cyberfire, we are just finished chapter 8. This is the beginning of chapter 9. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And the fear of you shall be the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, and upon everything that moveth upon the earth, and upon the fishes of the sea. Into your hands they are delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb I have given you all things. Okay, some people, yeah, we're not even dealing with worldly things here, James. Not dealing with worldly things at all here. Okay, so what we've got is he just delivered, okay, what is it? Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb I give you all things. Okay, but let's check this out. He's also talking about the wickedness of people's hearts, wasn't he? Let's go back and revisit a little bit of yesterday's reading. I'm going to go back to Genesis 6. Okay, in verse 18, he tells them about the covenant. And then he says, of the fowls after their kind, and this is verse 20, after their kind, every creeping thing of the earth after its kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, keep them alive, and take thou of thee all the food that is eaten, take thee all the food that is eaten. Okay? And thou shalt gather it to thee, and I shall be for food for thee and for them, all the food that is eaten. And thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him, so he did. And then, then now we're looking at chapter 7. Forget about the chapter breaks. Okay, just forget about the chapter breaks. And the Lord said unto Noah, come, thou and all thy house unto the ark, for I have seen righteousness before me in this generation. Okay, so he saw the righteousness of Noah. And every clean beast you shall take by these 7s, and the male and the female, and the beasts that are not clean by 2. So you are taking 7 of the clean, he's and she's, and 2 of the unclean, he's and she's. Okay, and now why did they do this? Of the fowls also of the air by 7s, of the male and female, to keep seed alive upon the face of the earth. Okay, so now, if they had been starting, and we saw that they made a sacrifice, which is a celebration, of the clean. Okay? To chapter 11, Cyberfire. But I'm putting it in context, this little section of chapter 9 here, verse 3. I'm putting it in context. Had they eaten any of the unclean, okay, obviously they would have been got God mad again, which I think at least for a little while you're going to learn your lesson. I mean, we see over and over again people mess up. Oh, thanks, Lexus. Thank you. And so what we're seeing is if they would have eaten the shellfish or the pork or whatever, it would have been done. Okay, so because he brought 7s of the clean and 2 of the unclean, that way the species can continue. All right, verse 4. This is 9, verse 4. But the flesh and the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, ye shall not eat. So don't eat. Oh, right on, Cyberfire. Cool, thank you. Right in the flesh thereof and the blood thereof, don't eat it. Don't do the blood. Okay, what's they say in Acts 15? Acts 15, they say don't eat the blood is one of the 4 things that new converts aren't supposed to do. Okay, so they don't eat the blood. Here's where that starts. He's giving them the rainbow covenant here. All right, Lexus, cool. And surely your blood and the lives I will require at the hand of every beast I will require, and at the hand of every man. Hey, Lexus, have you ever read the Bible all the way through in a year? Yeah, don't eat the blood. Okay. And I guess that's yes, sir, that you read the Bible all the way through in a year. Because it's cool to read it through every year. I get most of like my revelations and stuff. I'll do like these different Bible studies. But when they'll always tie back into this yearly reading. It is so trippy. It is so wild. Okay. Whatsoever sheddeth the man's blood, by the man's blood shall be shed. For the image of God made he man and you. And be fruitful and multiply, and bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, and I behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with the seed after you. Okay, that's 9 verse 9. Here's verse 10. And every living creature that is with you, of the fowl and of the cattle, and every beast of the earth with you, from all things that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. and I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of the flood, neither shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. So God promises not to destroy the earth with a flood again. Okay? And then I do set a bow in the clouds. That's a rainbow. That's why we call this a rainbow. Yeah, Cyberfy. Lexi had to go. Okay, bye, Lexi. And right on. So that's cool. And then, but you know what? It's all recorded. We can come back. And so then he sets the rainbow. This is a rainbow covenant. Okay, we know in Ephesians 2, verse 12, Paul talks about the two covenants, in plural, covenants of promise. Okay, that we are no longer strangers to the covenants of promise. And now we have hope in God, in the world. Okay, so that tells us that these covenants, this is one we're hearing about here. Well, we will in the next couple of days hear about the next covenant. They're still in play. Still in play. Because he says this one's like a forever deal. And bow shall be in the cloud, bow shall be in the cloud, and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of the flesh that is upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, this is a token of the covenant which I have established between me and all the flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth from the ark is Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan. Okay, so we've got Ham being the father of Canaan. What happened to the Canaanites? God gets mad at them. Okay, he sends his people Israel into Canaan to wipe them out. Okay, so we don't want to do what Ham says. Don't want to do what Ham does. Okay, Okay, so. And then we're gonna get some of that genealogy here. And the sons of Noah went forth in Ham and Canaan, and these are the three sons of Noah that all of them the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward and saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him, and said, cursed be the Canaan, and the servants of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And shall enlarge Japheth, and shall dwell in tents of the Shem, and the Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, and Shem, and Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were the sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Mediel, Jerovan, Tubali, Mershesh, and Tiras, and the sons of Gomer, and Ashkenaz, and Ripath, and Tugomar, and the sons of Javan, and Elash, and Tarshish, and Katim, and Doam. By these the isles of the Gentiles were divided, and their lands, every one after his tongue, and their families in their nations. And the sons of Ham, and Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan, and also the sons of Cush, Shebar, Havial, Havilah, and Sabah, and Ramah, and Sabbatek, and sorry about these names. This is, I just do the best I can. And Ramah, and Sheba, and Dedan, and Cush begat Nimrod, and Cush begat Nimrod. Okay, Nimrod is the beginning of all, the reestablishment of bad things. And he began to be a mighty one of the earth. He was mighty hunter before the Jehovah. And it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Jehovah. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel and Enoch and Akkad and Canath in the land of Shinar. Okay, so, yeah, we hear Shinar a lot, or several times throughout the Bible. And Shinar would be Iran, like the border area of Iran and Iraq would be the greater Shinar. Out of that land went forth Azur and builded Nineveh. Nineveh is today known as Mosul. And the city of Reboth and Calah, and the Resen and Rim and Nineveh and Calah, and the same is a great city. And Mizraim beget Ildium and Ananim and Laaham and Neptuhim and Parathu and Kashul. Out of them came Philmuth and Catham. And Canaan beget Sidon and the firstborn Heth, and the Jebusite, Amorite, and Girgasite, and of the Hivite and the Archasite and the Seite, and the Artavite and the Zemrite and the Hamorite, and afterward the families of the Canaanites were spread abroad. And the border of Canaanite was from Sidon, thou comest through Gara and Gaza into Gaza. And thou goest Sodom and Gomorrah and Adam and Zebon and unto Lasha. And there are the sons of Ham, after their families and after their tongues, in their countries and in their nations. Unto Shem also the father of the children of Eber, brother of Japheth, an elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shemeth, Laam, Ashur, Ephax, and Ledam, Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. And Aphidax begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber born two sons, name was Peleg, for his days on earth were divided, and his brother was Jocham. And Jocham begat Moladad, and Shebath, and Harazam, and Vithesh, and Jerah. And this is verse 27. And Hamduram, Uzal, and Dika, and Obal, and Abimel, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jochab. All these were the sons of Jocham. And their dwelling was from Mishah, goest unto Sephar, a mount to the east. And these are the sons of Shem after their families and after their tongues, in their lands after their nations. And the families of the sons of Noah, and after their generations in their nations, by these were divided in the earth and after the flood. And the whole earth, this is chapter 11, and the whole earth was one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said to one another, Go, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had made brick for stone, and a slime that they had for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make a name, lest we be shattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which were children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have one language, and they have began to do. Now nothing will be distrained from them they have imagined to do. So they'll be able to do everything. Let us go down there and confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad. From hence, upon the face of the earth, they left off to build the city. Therefore, the name of the city is called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of the earth. And from hence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Now, here's something trippy. A friend of mine who was a missionary, he ended up going and he was teaching in China, okay? The Chinese language, you can go through Genesis, and the word for like ship, when they draw it out and everything, when you take those pieces of those words, which are the drawn out pictographs, Chinese language, the word ship is 8 men in a boat. Okay, the ark was 8 people in a boat. And then the word for lust is like 2 trees in a garden and in a woman. Okay? You go through Genesis and it has a bunch of this Chinese language and pictographs. It's really, really trippy. It's a really cool like study. If somebody has one online, check it out. It's awesome. Okay, these are the generations of Shem that was 100 years old and begat Arphax 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Aphanex and 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphax lived in 30 years and he begat Salah. And Aphax lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years and begat Ebar. And Salah lived after he begat Ebar 403 years and begat sons and daughters. Eber lived 430 years and begat Peleg. After Eber lived, he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu. And Peleg lived and begat Reu 209 years and begat sons and daughters. And Reu lived 230 years and begat Sherug. And Reu lived and begat Sherug 207 years and begat sons and daughters. Okay, verse 22. This is 11, verse 22. Serug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Serug lived and begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 9 and 20 years and begat Terah. And Nahor lived and he begat Terah 119 years and begat sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years, then begat Abram. Here we go. Nahor and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begat Lot. Okay, so now we're getting to the family. We know these guys. We know Abraham and Lot. Okay. Haran died before father Terah in the land of his nativity, in in Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. In the name of Abram's wife was Sarah. And the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah. And the daughter of Haran's father Milcah, and the father of Ishkah. And Sarai was barren, and she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran his son, and Sarah his daughter-in-law, and his son's Abraham wife, and they went forth with them from of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan, and they became Haran and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Okay, that is 8 through 11. So we got through that genealogy sequence. We also talked about the clean and the unclean and the rainbow covenant and how that ties into Ephesians 2, verse 12. Pretty wild. All right, guys, I love you, and I will talk to you later, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll do 12 through 14 or whatever it is tomorrow. I'll see you later. Oh, and I do this is also the Blue Letter Bible app, Bible in a Year, chronologically, so the story makes a little more sense, because the book just jumps around. They just, So it's chronologically, so it makes more sense, and I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.